Those are asparagus beetles. And they look like they're mating, so that means that they're going to be laying eggs. So I came out here yesterday to pick some more of the asparagus seeds off of here, the ones that are ready. And I noticed these beetles. And I knew what they were as soon as I saw them. Now, some are yellow with black spots, but these are orange with the black spots. And there's not a huge amount, but there is them, and they are, several of them are mating. So, and here's a single up here. So that means I need to pick them off. And they say, like with this here garden, and as small as it is, you can pick them off by hand and do it that way. And just put them in a bucket of soapy water, and that will kill them. Also, they usually are brought in by the spears, when the spears are first coming up, and usually not when the frontage is out. But this is the first time I've ever seen them here. So I definitely am going to kill them all. And then I am going to, I'll have to come out here like every day and check and make sure that there is no more after I get rid of these few that we have. They're not a whole lot. Yesterday I killed, I think, like 4 or 5 of them, and then I didn't see any more, but then today I'm seeing more. There's some on the stem there, and there's one here, and there's one there. So I am, and I think what I will do next year is I'm going to clean this all out. I'm going to clean out some of this lichen and clean it out. I think what I'm going to do is cut this blackberry bush back next fall, this coming fall, and I think I will transplant it too out of here. The best they were saying, according to what I was reading about them, is plant like tomatoes, basil, marigolds, and I can't remember the other plant, with them, so that it will deter the asparagus beetles from coming around. Basil especially. They say do not plant garlic or onions. And guess what? We have the Egyptian walking onions over here. So they say not to plant that. You could also plant, they say, clover. Beans are also a good plant to put with them because of the nitrogen they put back into the soil, and the asparagus will use the nitrogen to bring on healthy spears. So this is what we're going to do next spring and the summer is we're going to clean this all out and replant. We'll take the onions out of here and take them out and put them in a different area. I can also probably just dig up my asparagus and move it as well into a different area to keep the asparagus beetles off. They're not a very big insect, as you can see. They're not very big, but they're big enough to cause some damage and destroy your asparagus crop. Unlike the tomato hookworm, they're not quite like that. And I imagine they were saying also that to plant these other things with your tomatoes, and that will also help deter the tomato hookworm, which is, the tomato hookworm is also a pollinator. It is a turns into a hummingbird moth. So I do try and keep those around, the hummingbird moths, because like I say, they are a pollinator and we need all the pollinators we can get. You can see how this asparagus seeds are starting to get really big, and there's a lot of them that are ready to come down. I picked several yesterday, so I'll pick more along with picking the asparagus beetles off. I will check and see if there's any eggs, but I think they're just breeding right now, so they haven't started to lay eggs. So the best thing to do is to get rid of these things ASAP and clean out my bed and start really taking care of this a lot better. We had a couple of plants, I don't remember the name of them, but we dug those out. They're nothing more than a weed. They do, I believe, use the leaves of that plant for uh, tissue, bathroom tissue. So it does take a lot of the soil, and it does damage. Uh, it doesn't damage anything. It just takes up a lot of soil. But I'm not seeing lots and lots of them, especially up higher, like up in the higher areas of the asparagus. I'm not seeing a whole lot of the beetles. They're just basically down here on the lower branches. There's one there. And I'm not seeing any on the lower parts of it either. Now this is one of the ferns that I had picked the asparagus beetles off, that one and this one. But I don't see any evidence of any eggs or anything on them, so that is a good thing. But there is enough on here. I don't want them to lay eggs or come back for next year. Now I'm not sure if the onions that far will cause anything, but I think I will remove the onions out of here in the fall. And of course I have a lot of the heads that need to be removed and started, so I can do that. And you can see the ones that are mating, and there's another single. There's here. So this here is just grass here. So, yep. But you can see some of these seeds are ready to be picked. And that's what I was doing yesterday when I found these beetles. I was picking the seeds, the red ones, which means they're ready. So, all right. Well, this is the first year I've ever seen these asparagus beetles on my plants. I haven't ever seen them before until this year. This is the first time. I don't know if there's a lot of that here in the area. They say they're not bothered in California, so I don't know where these came from. That's another thing I'll have to investigate on to see where they came from and why here. So, please subscribe. Please push the notification bell. Make a comment. Push the like or not like button, and we'll catch you on the flip side.